And good evening and welcome to the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show here at the Haskell House in Clarion. I'm Mike Kalinowski, your host tonight, and we have some special guests this evening, a group of guys that have had a lot of success over the last several years in baseball here in the area. And some of these guys too, not just in baseball, but in football and basketball as well. But baseball is what we'll be talking about tonight as we welcome in the Clarion area Bobcat baseball team. And we have with us this evening Rob Jewett, the head coach, along with Dawson and Derek Smail. We have Noah Harrison, Bryce, Brinkley, and Tanner Miller are here. That'll be part of our conversation tonight, so it should be pretty interesting. These guys, like I said, have had a lot of success and certainly deserve a lot of accolades over the last several years. So first of all, welcome, gentlemen, Coach. Looking forward to talking to you guys this evening. They're quiet now. Before we went on the air, these guys were like crazy. So it's always when the camera goes on, you get that. But I'm thinking Noah's going to be the one that gets the wildest as we go on now. Just watching them here. But first of all, this is a baseball team that over the last 2 years had a couple stats. 39-7 over the last 2 years, which is really impressive. 2 District 9 titles. They do have a state championship last year that they won over Du Bois Central Catholic. You have been to another state championship as well, Coach, several years ago. So a couple state championships for you as well. And a lot of the guys here too, especially the seniors, it's kind of unique. You've had a chance to see these guys since their freshman years, and many of them started for you their freshman year as you were putting this team together. And why don't we turn our attention first? We're going to talk to you, Coach Jewett. As you look at this team, and as I said, you've had a lot of these guys since they were a freshman. At what point did you start to think to yourself, I really think I have something here? I think these guys are really going to be something. Was there a point where you just had that aha moment?
Well, when I first saw them, they weren't very big, so I was like, I was a little worried, and we didn't really have that many numbers, so they had to start. And you know what they lacked in size, like they competed. You know, I can tell they were around baseball for a long time, and they played with each other for a long time. So Coach Weber and I kind of were worried about that one year, their freshman year, like, oh God, is this going to be the year we're not 500? Are we going to struggle? And they competed, and that was one of the most fun years, just seeing them really like kind of gel. And after that, Coach Weber and I kind of looked at each other, and I'm like, hey, we can build off this. These guys, they know the game, they compete, they're never out of it, they're pretty smart. So after their freshman year, I'm kind of like, oh, we can kind of build some stuff. So it was probably after their freshman year when I thought, boom, we got something here.
Yeah, and this is one thing too with these guys. I don't know, maybe you can chime in as well. Did you have a feeling as you guys came together that you were going to be able to put together, or did you have a plan to put together something special as you worked into your varsity baseball careers? Because I know a lot of you guys played together in Little League and things like that. But do you kind of echo Coach Jewett that maybe you guys felt that you had something special?
I mean, our whole team has been around winning for a lot of years now, but I feel like it really clicked last year in the 7th inning against DCC when we just, stuck it together, and then we realized we're like, okay, we're on a roll, we're not going to stop.
Okay. Anyone else? You have the same feelings, and you're like, one of the things is you've had one of the most successful programs in single A baseball over the last several seasons, not only in District 9 but in the state. What do you contribute to your success as a team over that span of time?
Oh, it's these guys in front of me and the rest of the team that's been through the program. I think we work on the little things. We come hard. We come every day to work hard. But I think as a coach that may help them a little bit is I try to give them a say in what's going on and kind of let them get part of that. And I hope they kind of feel off of that a little bit. And we're able to build it together. It's not just me or it's not just Coach Weber. Like they have a lot of say in that too. And it's like they've been around a lot of baseball themselves. They do a lot of travel ball. So they know the game quite a bit. We just kind of hone those skills, work on the little things, and just kind of like the mental edge. Like, hey, you guys are good, believe in it, and trust each other, get together as a team, and they really buy into that stuff. And I don't know, from my point of view as a coach, that's what I see kind of drives that success year in and year out. And the leadership, you got to just take over the next role, and everybody that's come in has just been able to take that leadership to the next role. So that's what I see as a coach, but you guys can chime in too, what you guys see as being successful every year.
Anything stand out for you?
I think that, like Coach said, getting the players involved in game strategies and who's pitching what day and not, that helps a lot, because sometimes we can see what's going on better than the coaches sometimes, because we're actually playing the game instead of them coaching us. So I think that really helps, just working together as a whole team, coaches and players, to get the strategy for the game.
Anyone else? Yeah.
Lots of bonding. I mean, our team, we're around each other all year long, in season, out of season. We just know each other, and we're very familiar and comfortable, and it works out for the best.
Noah?
I think, I know for me, my freshman year, when I came in, there was a bar set, and that's where you pretty much had to be. If you wanted to see the field, that's where you had to be. And I feel like that bar is continuously getting higher. So.
Okay, yeah. Anyone
I
else?
think it's the constant harping on each other.
Okay.
It's not a day goes by where someone doesn't say something to someone.
I said it was going to be the bonding, too, because we had a Maryland trip this year, and I feel like it was not just baseball, it was us on the road together and having those good talks and in the hotels and everything, having fun.
Does it help, too, that a lot of you guys, too, have played together in other sports as well? Because you've had success, not just in baseball, but you guys have really done a nice job in football with the Central Clarion Co-op, and in basketball, you guys have done extremely well over the last several years. Do you think that helps too, that not just for baseball, but you guys know each other very well through a lot of other different sports?
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, like you said, we had a lot of success in football and basketball, but I feel like once we're all together, I feel like baseball has always been our thing when we're all together.
Okay. Coach, I was going to ask you too, and you made a couple mentions to it. There's always more than just you, the head coach, and the players that help bring together a successful program. And are there any other coaches over the years that have been part of your staff? I know you've talked about Coach Weber, or others that you'd like to recognize too for the contributions that they've made to the success of this program.
Oh yeah. Coach Weber is the first one, because he was the man that kind of brought this program around when he took it over years ago. And we flipped roles, but even though we flipped roles, we still kind of lean on each other quite a bit and pick each other's brains. He's been around the game so much, I really value him. His son, Adrian Weber, after he got done playing, helped us out, and he's a world of knowledge too. And he kind of relates to the kids a little bit differently than us older coaches would, so it's nice to have him around. We had Coach John King the past 2 years as a volunteer. He was at the university. And again, he brings a different dimension that we're not able to bring, kind of a new, fresh look. So it was really nice to have him around. He would even give them report cards on how they hit every at bat, which was a pretty cool thing to see in game, kind of strategies and stuff. And then Coach Andrew Wagaman, he was with us a while ago, and he came back this year. And again, he gave us a fresh look, kind of a upbeat, different perspective. I think the kids really bonded with him and his knowledge. So. And there's been a lot of coaches in the past, also a lot of volunteers. The booster is huge. We lean a lot on them. They raise a lot of money. They support us. Whatever we need, they jump on it and get it done. So I can't say enough about the boosters. Parents have been super supportive. That's what makes a good program. Parents that buy in, let me have the time with these kids. It's not easy. We do a lot of weekend stuff. So, and my administration, all the support from them. I can go on and on, but there's a lot more that just goes into it. Just besides all their hard work and us coaches, there's so much more support. So, we have a lot of it here. That's why it's been pretty successful.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
We're going to take a time out, and we're going to come back with another segment here of the Main Street Sports Show here in just a moment. So to do that, this is the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show here from the Haskell House, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Dubrook, a division of M&B Group, is your trusted local ready-mix supplier for residential and commercial projects. Dubrook provides a full line of decorative concrete, as well as concrete supplies, along with a variety of concrete tools and accessories. Dubrook can provide services large or small for residential and commercial projects to contractors or homeowners. Dubrook is here to provide you with options and ideas to make planning your next project simple. Let Dubrook help you with the supplies you need to get the job done. Dubrook is proud to support our local communities with plants in Clarion, Du Bois, St. Mary's, Butler, Evans City, Bradford, and Meadville. Call 1-844-382-7665.
Protect your home or business from all those sneaky pests. Give Hugh Henry's Pest Management a call at 814-316-1875 or check them out online at bugguy.com. Pest Management, where nature and technology meet.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a built-in-the-USA super efficient furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Affordable, quiet, and reliable. You can count on your furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Welcome to 12 Series, a veteran-owned and operated company. Want to stand out amongst the crowd? This is the brand for you. They have apparel that ranges from cardio tanks and hoodies to sweat noggin covers. The apparel isn't just designed for the gym, it's designed for everyday life. Whether at work, the range, or at a family outing, 12 Series will turn heads. Find and like 12 Series on Facebook and Instagram.
You can afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kale's Kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kale's, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's FactoryDirectKitchens.net.
All right, and welcome back to the Main Street Sports Show, brought to you by Redbank Chevrolet here at the Haskell. On some of the questions, we'll kind of put our focus on your season last year, this year. And of course, going to a state championship is never an easy task for anybody. And everyone, you set your sights on that, but it is not an easy thing. And then after winning the state title last year, you came up short this year. And even though, it was a disappointment, how hard is it to repeat at the state, at this level of play? How difficult is that?
Well, I'll speak. I've been saying that, like, it's, obviously we have a good team coming back, but the path is never an easy path, and the worst thing about it is it's single elimination. So any hiccup, any bad game, and it's done. And unfortunately, that's kind of what happened to us. And I feel bad because these boys really they prepared so hard with going to the garage every Saturday and Sunday and working off, like, not even when we had practice. So they put a ton of the work in, and you can't slight them on that. They worked their butts off. They knew what the goal was going to be. But again, you never know what you're going to run into. You never know what kind of team you're going to play next. So it's definitely a very difficult path. But these guys, they weren't going to be discouraged by that, and they definitely set their goals high. And unfortunately, we did come up short. But I mean, it's a tough task.
Yeah, very much so. And even winning the district too. I mean, those aren't easy things, and you guys have been very successful with that. Last year, when you won the state championship, though, I had a chance. Of course, with my schedule, I feel bad I don't get a chance to see a lot of baseball during the school year because of where I'm driving from, but was able to come out for the state championship game. What was that like last year for you guys, winning that state championship? How did that feel? How did that, because you had a couple tough games leading up to it. You had to come from behind to win, to keep you guys going, and won, and then to beat Du Bois Central Catholic. What was that like, Coach? We'll start with you, and then we'll hit these guys.
Dawson said it right. Our backs were against the wall at DCC, and Dante, he led off with a double. I think it was like an 0-2 count. Am I right, guys? Mm-hmm. I think he hit a curveball in the gap, which was awesome. And he was kind of clutch, and he was a catalyst, and that's the spark we needed. And I think Hayden Weber had a really tough at bat to get on, and then Dawson hit that ball to the wall, and then Bryce pulled the triple. Like, it just started going, and you started getting that feeling. And after that feeling of it was one of the coolest games I've ever been part of. I can't even imagine playing it like these guys, but I think that was just kind of the catalyst, and they kind of rode that over to the next game. We lead off with a home run, and then we take them in 15 runs, and then the next game 10 runs. Like, it just kind of kept building and building, and they were just gelling to something. I was just sitting back and watching, like, you guys are doing this. So it's really cool to see as a coach perspective. But I'll let them tell you what you think, what they think too.
Sure, anybody.
I think it feels great to get to the point of a state championship, just because I know most of us, we grew up playing baseball together, and we put in so many hours. And just growing up through Little League, and we had a travel ball team that we played on with some of the CL kids. Just like getting that state championship, just the feeling of, because when we were in Little League, we fell short. We always made it to the state tournament, but we could never get to the point of a championship. So just that feeling of winning in high school pays off for all of us playing together growing up.
Through the 3 sports that I've played in high school, everyone pushes for state championship. They expect the District 9 championship, but they want the state championship. So to just accomplish that with your brothers on the field, and it's just an amazing feeling, and I'd never forget it.
Anyone else?
I mean, it was a total team effort too. Like, Devin pitched lights out. Matt in that game in the DCC, like, it was just like people were coming up and like picking up their own weight, and like it wasn't the same person all the time. That was what's really cool to see, that whole run. Like, they all just gelled in a great team effort. So it was really cool.
And I think that also too, when you look at championships, especially in baseball, it's not always the same person. So you can't always just rely on one person to get you there. And I think you guys realize that it takes that entire bench that you have, and someone getting hot on a particular day, and like you said with Dante with a big hit, and someone else coming out, and it kind of got the ball rolling. So, I think that, and just like you guys talking too, I know you're very competitive with each other and pushing each other. Maybe that would be some of the things too that really helped you guys on that road to the championship. But then this year, a little bit different. You dropped to Bishop Carroll. A game, though, that you battled right back. The last inning, you had bases loaded a few times, or giving them everything you could, but you fell short. How did that feel a little bit different than last year? What were some of the things going through your mind after that game? I don't know if it was, I'm sure you were disappointed, but different feelings. What did you think?
I think it was bittersweet. Obviously, it was heartbreaking to lose that game. In my opinion, we should still be playing right now. We should probably just have finished up practice over at Weaver County, but it was a bittersweet ending because, like you said, we have accomplished so much as a team, and
Anyone else?
It was different this time because the people I've been playing with since my freshman year, I'm not going to be playing with next year.
Wow.
It's going to be a new group of kids on the field. So.
Yeah, for you and Noah especially, it's going to be a big difference. You'll have a lot of new guys that you'll be looking at.
I think this year too really shows, like, last year was kind of like a surreal moment, surreal season, and this year kind of shows what baseball is. Any team can win on any given day. Like, it's not one team can always win and just roll over teams. So it really shows.
Question people ask me all the time, especially outside of the district, because they see Clarion all the time when it comes to playoffs, state playoffs, whether it's Central Clarion in football, Clarion in basketball, Clarion in baseball. Small school, numbers keep dwindling. Classes are getting smaller, yet the success is still there. What is the secret at Clarion that allows them the success? Like, you guys are there every day. What makes Clarion that good when it comes to sports?
I think it's because mostly the same guys play every sport together.
Okay.
If some guy doesn't play the same sport, they play the next sport with each other, the next one after.
Okay.
I think each year kind of just feeds off itself. Like, I think younger kids look up and see the success teams are having now, and they decide they want to push themselves and repeat and do the same things our teams are doing.
Sure.
So.
I think going to Clarion, there's a standard set, and you don't want to fail or disappoint the town or people, your family, in losing. So I think you just get a lot of hardworking people that prove that just because we do have those dwindling numbers that it doesn't mean anything.
Sure.
I also think that like we have such a great supportive staff. Like when we have basketball games, baseball games, any type of sporting events, like if you look up in the stands, you just see teachers, administration just cheering you on. You see your fellow students. It's just a great feeling. Everyone's there for you. You just want to play, make everyone proud, and be a good Clarion Bobcat.
Yep.
Yeah, our community's great. They show up, they cheer us on. They're a great supporting cast.
Yep, they certainly are.
I think Clarion has the biggest heart in sports.
Okay.
And as Dawson said, there's a standard we have to win, and Clarion's known for winning. And I feel like people feel like we fail if we don't like win big games. And
Yep, I would agree with that. Yeah, Coach.
Yeah, I think Noah said it before. He said, the bar keeps getting raised. So, like, this team's now going to leave, but the next coming baseball team now has that bar that they're going to keep chasing. And that happens in every sport. I feel like there's success and they want to just do better. You see volleyball, football, golf, basketball, soccer, swimming, everything. It's just always that bar set up. So they're always chasing that bar. I think that's what's competitive about this town.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to take another break. You're doing a great job. Great conversation. And we'll take another break. We'll be back with more for you. It's the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show here from the Haskell House, and it's live on exploreClarion.com.
This is a great show.
Hey, check out this all-new 2024 Chevrolet Trax 1RS in cacti green. Let's talk about some of those safety features. We have blind spot monitoring system, we have forward collision system with alert and brake, and we have lane departure warning as well. How about the gas mileage?
30 miles per gallon average. Yeah, it's great. Bumper-to-bumper warranty and the 5-year 60,000 mile powertrain warranty.
And check out the clarity on this backup camera on this 11-inch touchscreen. Can you believe you get all the features like heated steering wheel, heated seats, remote start, powered sunroof, all for $24,900?
It's a great value in the new Chevrolet. Hey, check out this Glacier Blue RST Silverado 4x4 Z71 four-wheel drive, 5.3 liter V8. It's a really nice, sharp truck. All LT and RST Silverados have this same interior. Got this really large touchscreen display, built-in Google Maps, heated seats, automatic climate control, heated steering wheel. We have a backup camera, really great display, and all the safety aspects. Adaptive parking, adaptive braking, pedestrian braking, blind spot mitigation.
Follow us to Redbank Chevrolet.
Hey Julie, nice deck. Did you get that at Tio Nesta Builder Supply?
It's Tio Nesta Builder Supply, and yes, Dave, I did.
Wonder if they sell siding and roofing at Tio Nesta Builder Supply.
It's Tio Nesta, and yes, Tio Nesta Builder Supply has that too. Come on, Dave, you've never been there? They have 2 showrooms for anything home improvement. Mom got a custom kitchen there. Bill down the street got the materials for his garage. They have this awesome website, www.tionestabuilders.us. You can buy online. They really have everything for the home.
Wow, I'm heading over to Tio Nesta. I know. Tio Nesta Builders.
Tio Nesta Builder Supply Home Improvement Center, family owned and operated since 1958, with locations in Tio Nesta and Shippenville.
That sounds good. I'll check them out online at tionestabuilders.us.
All right, welcome back to the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show here from the Haskell House in Clarion. I'm Mike Kalinowski here this evening with the Clarion baseball team. We have had a great conversation as the night's gone on. We learned a lot about these guys and had some fun too. And we have some questions later on, get a little more insight into these players and some of their thoughts and feelings and some of the funny things that have gone on over the years. But Coach, question kind of directed at you, because no matter what you coach, you're always going to be put under a microscope. And frequently you're going to have parents and others that question decisions you make in a game. I'm sure you've had your share of people that second guess you over the years. You've coached, 19 years, 12 as a head coach. What's it like having to deal with that aspect of coaching, and how have you handled that while still making sure your players are focused on what they need to do?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. That's what comes with the job. I know I'm not going to satisfy everybody. I'm not going to be, perfect. So you just try to take the good with the bad. My biggest concern is these guys, my team, their health, them being competitive, trying to put them in the best position to win. And you're always going to have different opinions. I can't control what people say or think. All I can control is how I react to my team, and it's the best I can do.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, I'm sure, because you said you talk to these guys too and make them a part of some of that decision making. Have you ever walked out maybe thinking, it's about time to move this guy here or move this pitcher there, but then once you talk to them, go, no, I think that we're all right. Has that ever jumped in and maybe changed your mind when you went out there just because of their attitude, or said, no, Coach, I got this, we'll be fine?
I'm pretty sure that happened on Monday, didn't it, Tanner? I came out in second inning and said, hey, you're at 50 pitches in 2 innings, and he wants the ball. And, I looked at his velo, it wasn't down at all, and he was still being very competitive. And I give him a lot. I just gave him props when I came in here and said, you competed your butt off. And they weren't the 3, best innings, but, he did not give in. And I thought he did a great job. And that happens quite a bit. You go out to the mound, you talk to them, you see things as a coach, but you need to see what they feel. And you can kind of read, they might say, I'll finish it, Coach. You can kind of tell whether they do or don't, and that's fine, And I just try to talk to all these guys, especially my pitching staff. Be honest with me. Tell me if your arm hurts. Tell me if you're sore or this or that. And I lean on all these guys. I lean on the captains a lot too. We make decisions together, and that's what I think helps bring this team together. Is it's not, everyone's got a say, and even my coaching staff, I always lean on them too and say, what do you think? What do you think? So it's a whole big thing. So yeah, we definitely listen to our players.
Yep. And one of the things too I was going to ask you, when you talk about focusing them and keeping them focused and things like that, and you guys can chime in too if you want, but was it hard to keep these guys motivated and focused as the year went on, or did that was that more something that they just had taken on themselves?
No, they were completely focused. We did fall ball this year for the first time. Then throughout the entire winter, they were, like I said, they were in the garage the entire winter, working. They knew what goal they wanted to hit. I was just trying to keep them somewhat grounded and just trying to tell them, hey, it's a game, and I give them a lot of credit. They had a ton of pressure on them. The target was huge on their back, and I thought they did a tremendous job handling that pressure. And it's not easy. So the motivation factor, they were completely self-motivated. We just kind of nudged them around here and there.
Yeah, one of my questions too, before we went on the air, these guys were talking about stats and all that stuff, and I hate to pull up a bunch of stats and go, but when it came to motivation and things like that, did you ever look at someone and say, hey, you struck out twice and I've only struck out? Was that part of the thing too, that when you went out there to bat or you were in the field, that it was in your mind, hey, I want to make sure I'm coming on here and making the best play I can or getting a hit when I can, because these guys are going to razz me when I get back in that?
So Dawson and I have a bet every year.
Which he has never won.
I have never won, but it definitely helped push me personally. We'd always see who could have the highest average.
Okay.
It was looking good for me halfway through the year, and then someone decided to start showing up. So
what was your final average?
450.
530.
526.
So how much did you have to give him, or what? I don't know if we should talk about
$20.
that. That's not bad. All right. Yeah. But any of you other guys too, was that something that pushed you? Stats are one thing, but maybe it was pushing someone that way and say, hey, you struck out twice. How about getting on base?
Yeah, it's more so not like during the game harping on each other, but like when you're out there, say hitting, say, I want to get this hit for my team, but then like after it's all over, you can go back in and then, brag and, motivate the person to do better.
Yeah.
Just kind of like one up each other.
Yeah.
I know throughout the season, early on in the season, Dawson, he went away with the hits, but me and him had a competition, we were real close in hits there for a while, and it kept me competitive at the plate, just trying to get hits and keep up with him. Fortunately, I couldn't keep up with him. He's a really good hitter, but yeah, he won.
You tried.
I did try.
You didn't owe him any money, though.
No, I didn't.
All right, you're smart.
He was smart.
I was smart.
But if you do something bad, the whole team makes sure you know you did something bad. And for me, not only at practice, but at home too.
Well, I was going to say, because he gets to bring it home from the field, and then I always wondered about that too, because I had twins. They were a boy and a girl, so their athletics were totally separate. But to be with a brother on the same team had to be pretty unique. Not just in baseball, but you guys play basketball together and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And this year we got to play with Dylan too, which is our younger brother.
Oh, okay.
Basketball and baseball.
And I guess another, because I always wondered, you ever go home and get into it at home after and say, I told you to do that or make that play or do something like that, and you didn't do it, and then do you ever take anything home like that?
Not so much us, but Dylan is very competitive, and he has grown a lot, and it was exciting to see him get to be able to play on the field and the court with us this year.
Yeah.
And but no, he likes to talk a lot, but
he's the young one. They always do that.
He'll
right?
get there.
Although Brinkley, no, your sister's the youngest in your family.
Yeah, she's the youngest.
Yummy.
So I do know a few of you guys, but yeah, that would be something interesting. I just always was curious if you kind of took that home from a game. When you look at memorable moments, you look back over your career here in baseball, and of course the state championship is out there. But what are some of the things that stick out in your mind, like a real memorable moment from any point or a couple different things? Anybody?
I think when we got to play at PNC, it was really cool, just because like we grew up watching the Pirates, even though they're not very good, and just being able to play and like be in the dugout, you could just see like all the names of the players, and just we didn't get to use their facilities or take BP, which I think was kind of crap, because if we get to play there, we should be able to have our own warm up and get ready for the game. But it was just awesome playing. You had the city skyline behind you and one of the best ballparks in America, so it's awesome.
Yep.
One of my most memorable moments throughout the years is just the way our team has came together. Like the kids that may not be the top guy of the team, like they just are in love with the team and they are fully indulged in it, and it just makes a better environment, and it really pulls us all together.
I think, honestly, with our team, every day is a good memory. Like during practices, we're always having fun. Something funny happens. It's just always a good time. So.
Yep. That and the van ride up to Maryland. That was great.
Down
to Maryland.
See, the brother's correcting. But he's going to be gone here this fall, so.
Memorable moment for me, probably my 100th strikeout.
Okay.
Because at the beginning of the year, I did not think I was getting that. I had like 49. I think I got 55 this year, so.
Wow.
Kept chugging along, I guess.
Yep, never gave up.
Yep.
Coach?
Well, I mean, this year I'd say it's the way they reacted to the schedule. I mean, we played a tough schedule, and they saw some legit pitchers. And I was worried. I was wondering what they're going to do about it. And we came back on Punxsutawney and two of their best pitchers, and we were able to come back from that. Same with DuBois, one of the best pitchers in the league, and they were able to hit him and come from behind. And they're no quit attitude. It was really cool to see all year. Like no matter what game we're in, it's like we're never out of it. So yeah, that was really cool to see as a coach.
Well, how about this? I have some more questions for you. I want to get with the players too a little bit, talk about some of the crazy things that have maybe happened. Talk to you guys too about not just baseball this year, but some of your future plans too. I know we have some guys that, I was going to say seniors, but you reminded me, Derek, he's graduated. He's a freshman again, right? Mm-hmm. So, but kind of get some of their ideas too. We want to touch base with you guys. So why don't we take another time out here, and we'll come back. Another segment with the Clarion baseball team is coming up. It is the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show right here from the Haskell House in Clarion on exploreClarion.com.
Clarion Forest VNA believes the emotional and physical well-being of a patient is enhanced by the patient receiving care in the familiar surroundings of home. Their staff of caring professionals work closely with physicians to administer quality care to meet the needs of each individual. As a pioneer in home health care in Clarion and Forest County, Clarion Forest VNA continue to grow to meet the community's need for in-home care, offering many different services and programs to meet the patient's need. Clarion Forest VNA, located at 271 Perkins Road in Clarion. Call us toll-free at 1-800-262-2118.
Hi, my name is Jason, and welcome to Sweet Basil. Come on in.
Throughout West Central Pennsylvania, people are losing their glasses. Well, they haven't really lost them. They just don't need them anymore. Thanks to the amazing LASIK surgeons at Laurel Eye Clinic. Call Laurel Eye Clinic and schedule your free consultation.
Dewbrook, a division of M&B Group, is your trusted local ready-mix supplier for residential and commercial projects. Dewbrook provides a full line of decorative concrete, as well as concrete supplies, along with a variety of concrete tools and accessories. Dewbrook can provide services large or small for residential and commercial projects to contractors or homeowners. Dewbrook is here to provide you with options and ideas to make planning your next project simple. Let Dewbrook help you with the supplies you need to get the job done. Dewbrook is proud to support our local communities with plants in Clarion, Du Bois, St. Mary's, Butler, Evans City, Bradford, and Meadville. Call 1-844-382-7665.
Protect your home or business from all those sneaky pests. Give Hugh Henry's Pest Management a call at 814-316-1875 or check them out online at bugguy.com. Pest Management, where nature and technology meet.
You can afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kale's kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kale's, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's FactoryDirectKitchens.net.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a built-in-the-USA super efficient furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Affordable, quiet, and reliable. You can count on your furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Anyway, welcome back to the Main Street Sports Show. Brought to you by Redbank Chevrolet here on exploreClarion.com. Mike Kalinowski tonight with the Clarion baseball team, and we've had a pretty good time. We've enjoyed it. And why don't we focus a little bit on the players, get a little background information, talk to them about some of their future plans and some of the other memories and moments from baseball and some of the other sports that they've been able to play. And why don't we just go around to Mr. Brinkley. When did you start playing baseball? Do you remember?
Probably like 4 years old, like T-ball, somewhere down there.
And then, of course, baseball's not your only sport. The other sports you played?
I played basketball. Baseball and basketball are my two sports. Okay. I started playing basketball very young too. We played with Tanner's dad. We had a team sixth grade basketball team, but we played together before that as well and got us ready for high school.
All right, Dawson.
Same as him. I mean, like you said, we grew up together in it.
So it started a long time ago, and you also played basketball as well.
Mm-hmm.
Noah.
So again, I started baseball. I can't even remember when, but I was kind of the odd man out from them. Like they played Little League all up through, and when I was 8, I went and played travel ball. I took my separate way, but like I'm neighbors with them, so I've always been close with them and spending time with them, and then it all just meshed together.
Okay. And you also play football?
I do play football.
And do you play any other sports in addition to football?
I do not.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah.
I probably started playing baseball when I was 3 or 4 years old, but I didn't start playing basketball till I want to say my freshman year.
Okay.
So.
Was that because of him, or you just felt, I want to try?
No, I kind of just burnt out of wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, so you wrestled too?
Yeah. I wrestled since I was Probably 6.
Okay.
I played baseball. Started baseball as everyone else, 4. And I played basketball and golf as well.
Okay. Favorite sport of all of them? Would you say is it
Baseball.
baseball?
Baseball.
Really? Okay.
Probably.
All right. That was going to be one of my questions because, again, you guys have had success in all of those different things, but baseball certainly does stand out to you. What is it like playing for Coach Jewett?
Oh, it's great.
What are some of the
Easy.
what are the things that you'd like our audience to know about just playing for Coach Jewett? He's been around a long time. He's had a lot of success, but you guys as players, especially you guys leaving, maybe some advice to some of the other younger guys, but what's it like playing for him, Derek?
It's great. He's serious, but not serious at the same time. Mostly serious, but kind of not serious too.
That's a unique. Yep, Mr. Miller.
He throws pretty good BP.
Okay.
Unlike our other coaches.
Oh.
So he actually throws pretty decently.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good compliment.
He has a great understanding of when to let us have fun and stay relaxed. But when we need to focus, he gets us in line and gets us where we need to be. So.
I've always thought that he's pushed our team to the hardest, and not only myself wanting to play good for the team, but I've always wanted to play good for him in my younger years to get his approval. And now that I'm a little bit older now, I think I've gotten that. But no, he's a great coach and just a great person to be around.
And that's interesting too. You said that you wanted to play hard for him, and that says a lot, I think, as a player.
It was great playing under Coach Jewett. Just like he wanted to get us to become the best players that we could, improve our skills when we started as freshmen. He allowed us to have lots of fun, but also got serious when he needed to. We had a lot of fun, and we said some questionable stuff, but it was a great time.
Let me add one more thing. He's gotten so lenient over the years. Like when we were freshmen, if we had a late game somewhere, like we'd go there, we'd come home. If we have a game that's 20 minutes away, we're finding a gas station to stop and pull over and get some food.
There you go. Well, that is nice, actually. Yeah.
He wasn't always that way.
I do remember I think it was my freshman year, me and Brandon Bish, we lost a game out at CL, and Coach Jewett was not very happy, and me and Brandon would just start laughing, and he got really mad at us, and we got in some trouble, but it was a good time.
Yeah, he remembers, like he's smiling.
It's not a good time.
You were just talking about having fun and stuff like that. Is there something like a crazy moment, something you can talk about on the air? Maybe just something really, we talk about memorable moments, like a crazy moment that stands out over the 4 years that you played for Coach Jewett. Not just about him, but just in general, like something crazy.
Oh, yes. So last year, District 9 championship game. Mr. Jewett, I have never seen him that mad. He came storming out, and he was in that umpire's face, and it was honestly, what a sight to see. It was awesome.
And it was motivating, right?
It was. It really kind of turned the tables. Like it showed he had support in us.
Okay.
So.
And last year, at the beginning of the year, Coach Jewett, he was dealing with some personal problems, and he almost didn't come out and coach. And that kind of broke our hearts a little bit whenever we all heard what he was going through. And I feel like it just pushed us even much more than what we were already motivated by to just do it not only for us, not only for our team, but do it for him.
Back to Brandon Bish. My freshman year, he said all year he's going to catch him with his teeth. And he was not very close, but he caught one barehanded just out of infield, outfield, and IL. Pretty wild.
Anything you can think of, Derek?
I don't know.
I have a fun one from this season.
All right.
Hayden Weber showed up to a game in the wrong uniform, but he drove with his dad, who was in the right uniform. I thought that was kind of funny.
That is interesting. Did they have to switch uniforms or anything?
I guess Coach Weber didn't realize he had pinstripes on when he was supposed to have whites on, but it was kind of funny.
And that stuff, I'm sure that stuff has happened a lot over the years too. Sometimes you show up, no one's in the right uniform, or you forget something. Have you ever, some other crazy things, like you showed up somewhere and they were like, where's so-and-so, or anything else that you can think of?
I think it was 2 years ago, Ryan Johnson only had cowboy boots to play in at one of our fields, so he had to borrow someone's sneakers. I think we only had 10 guys to play that game too, so that was a little interesting. I'm not a big fan of people not having belts either, so I think they know my thoughts on that. So we always have spare belts.
Another crazy moment is this year we played Du Bois, but our varsity and JV, like we split up. JV played over at Stern and varsity played at Showers, and we had 18 guys in our team, so it was exactly 9 and 9. We had one coach, and that was this young fella back here, and he'd warm up the right fielder in between innings, and then go do the book, and then call pitches, and then after that he'd go out and coach third. It was a whole mess, and it was awesome that we got the comeback win.
Yeah, and he was a busy man that day too.
Going back to jerseys, I think it was really funny. We got to wear our throwback gray jerseys this year, and we originally, JV was supposed to go to St. Mary's to play a game, so we were going to do the 9 and 9 again, but their game got canceled, so we only had like 10 jerseys, and 2 of the freshmen had a rock, paper, scissors between who got the last jersey, and Ethan Rex ended up getting the jersey. So Dylan, their younger brothers, he was going to wear his black jersey that our other jerseys that we wore, but Coach Weber brought an old Pirates jersey that had Roberto Clemente on it, so he put duct tape over the Pirates,
cut
the sleeves, and made them look close to our gray jersey, so that was pretty funny.
And I made sure Dylan got in that game.
That's good. We're looking at the future for you guys too, for the baseball team. What's something, especially you guys that are leaving, but you guys still that are here, what do you want this team, especially you guys leaving with having played 4 years, what do you want this team to be most remembered by down the road? Think about that for a second. What do you want this team to be most remembered by?
On how much we combine as a team to have success.
Yep.
No matter how much we goofed around, like when it came time to get serious, like there were not a lot of teams that can get in our way.
I think next year, like I want those guys who are going to be back next year to win a championship, so it shows everyone, and like I hope me, Dawson, and Tanner are there to watch them win the championship.
Yeah.
I hope that they win, so that way it shows everyone that it just wasn't us who did it, that they could have their own team and be just as successful as us seniors on their team this year.
Okay. Anything else, fellas? All right, we're going to take one more break. We'll be coming back. We'll wrap things up. We just have a short segment on the way. One quick question for each of these guys, and then Coach Jewett, and we'll get things taken care of. So we'll take our time out. This is the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show right here on exploreClarion.com.
Hey, Julie, nice deck. Did you get that at Tio Nesta Builder Supply?
It's Tio Nesta Builder Supply, and yes, Dave, I did.
Wonder if they sell siding and roofing at Tio Nesta Builder Supply.
It's Tio Nesta, and yes, Tio Nesta Builder Supply has that too. Come on, Dave. You've never been there? They have 2 showrooms for anything home improvement. Mom got a custom kitchen there. Bill down the street got the materials for his garage. They have this awesome website, www.tionestabuilders.us. You can buy online. They really have everything for the home.
Wow, I'm heading over to Tio Nesta. I know. Tio Nesta Builders.
Tio Nesta Builder Supply Home Improvement Center, family owned and operated since 1958, with locations in Tio Nesta and Shippenville.
That sounds good. I'll check them out online at tionestabuilders.us.
Throughout West Central Pennsylvania, people are losing their glasses. Well, they haven't really lost them. They just don't need them anymore. Thanks to the amazing LASIK surgeons at Laurel Eye Clinic. Call Laurel Eye Clinic and schedule your free consultation.
Welcome to 12 Series, a veteran-owned and operated company. Want to stand out amongst the crowd? This is the brand for you. They have apparel that ranges from cardio tanks and hoodies to sweat noggin covers. The apparel isn't just designed for the gym, it's designed for everyday life. Whether at work, the range, or at a family outing, 12 Series will turn heads. Find and like 12 Series on Facebook and Instagram.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a built-in-the-USA super efficient furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Affordable, quiet, and reliable. You can count on your furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
And welcome back to the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show here on exploreClarion. And it seems like when we turn off the camera, it gets wild. We're like, we should have said. But while I have a chance too, I wanted to touch base. And if there's anything else you'd like to throw in when we talk about the season and stuff, that's fine. But you guys all have some future plans going on. Tanner, you're looking at possibly playing baseball at Clarion?
Yeah.
Okay. And what, as far as a major goes, have you talked about something that you'd like to take up?
Something in business.
Okay. And let's see, Dawson, you're going to Xavier in baseball?
Yes.
What's your major?
I'm going to major in business and minor in marketing.
Okay. And Mr. Brinkley, what are your future plans?
I'm going to IUP. I'm not going to play any sports there.
Okay.
I'm just going to focus on my school. I'm going to study sports management, hopefully have a good time, and start a family.
Okay, very good. Now, these two, we have Noah and Derek. You guys still have another year to go, but of course, plans for this coming year, of course, I'm sure will be to play football and baseball, play basketball and baseball. And what would you like to do in the future? What stands out to you?
So my goal is to play college baseball. Not sure where yet. I'm pretty much open to going anywhere, and I want to study business. So.
Okay. And you're not sure like where you want to go to school
No,
yet,
not
things
yet.
like that. Okay.
Still keeping options open.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, and I want to play college baseball too. I have quite a few options so far.
Okay.
I have no idea what I want to study or anything, but
it'll come around. It takes time sometimes. And then let's see. There was something else I wanted to ask you guys, but we'll come back to it. Coach, ask these guys the question, I guess let's go to this. Over the years, you've coached a long time. Looking back over all of the years that you've coached, and we'll take this team into account and all that. What stands out the most about this group of guys compared to some of the other teams that you've had?
It's hard to compare team to team because they each have their own little, flavor, I'd say. But this team, what really helps is that they bonded. They truly did bond and came together as a team. And they are a bunch of goofy characters, I'll tell you that. But it works. It works. I at first wasn't really sure about it, but I kind of let them feed off of each other. And it's just how they are. And it's fun. They're a fun group of guys. Parents did a great job raising them. They might be goofy, but they know when to be respectful and polite. And it's really cool to see them grow from where they were their freshman year to where they are now, along with all the juniors and freshmen and sophomore that are coming with them. It's just the next group in, they were just able to keep bonding. So that's really cool. Other teams have done that too, but it's just a special. The long run we went when we spent a lot of time together. So I was able to get to know these guys on a different level. So it's nice. They're good. They're good young gentlemen.
Looking ahead to next season, you have these couple guys coming back. You have some other players that have been on the team, so they have some experience too with playoffs and things like that. What are your expectations for next year, looking at the season?
Expectations are always high. It doesn't matter who's coming in, who's leaving, they're always high. But this senior group, these three here and the three that aren't here that are leaving, they're leaving ginormous shoes to fill. But lucky for us, we do have a lot of talent coming up. Unfortunate they weren't able to really get on the field as much because of these guys being able to be here for so long, but super excited to see what they're going to bring. They had a lot of JV opportunity this year, and they shined in JV, so I'm super excited. I think these two will tell you they're pretty excited too. Don't count us out on anything. I think we're going to make some noise and shock the world. So, I mean, of course, I'm really sad these guys are leaving, and I hate to look forward because it's just stopped. But again, if you do look ahead, there's still some bright times to come.
Okay. Well, and that's the final question that I had. Anything else that you'd like to throw in before we get out of here?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you're very welcome. And thanks for coming in, too. And I know this was a tough week for you. Of course, dropping that game to Bishop Carroll, but you got to hold your heads high because very few people, very few teams in this entire area have had the success that you've had. And I think that's something that you want to always kind of look back at. And I'm sure you will not forget any of these moments, whether it was this or all of the times that you had in baseball, traveling together and playing. But I wish you all the very best for success in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. So that'll wrap things up here from the Haskell House tonight. Again, our Clarion baseball team was here, and we had a great conversation. Like I said, we certainly wish these guys all the very, very best. We'll be back again next Thursday night. We're not sure who our guest will be, but I will be there with you next week. And from the Haskell House here in Clarion, this is the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show. Have a great night.